This is the first club that I ever had set foot into as a medical cannabis patient. So when I had the opportunity to reopen the place, I jumped on it.
Check out the opening of the hot pot.
I'm glad that people are coming for us, and the people who are not so for us, it's cool that they've showed up too. Because I hope that they've kind of opened up their eyes to see that, this is kind of people who are going to be here and who are going to be running the place. So I hope they're more comfortable.
It's not just because of what it stands for, but it's who it is that owns it, that's running the show, and that's Joe. He grew up on Grove Street, went to Washington High School, and this is a person who is not going to be pissing in their own backyard, basically. If you think about Popeyes, the little restaurant over there, if you have a qualm with the acrid smells coming out of there, or you don't like the crowd that's hanging out there, or you don't like their hours of operation, good luck. You got to call corporate and you got to voice your complaints, and I'm sure you'll be heard by no one. But if you have any of those problems with this place, you get to go and you get to talk to the owner.
I haven't heard him talk about it, or what he wants to do with it, or what kind of people he's looking to attract, or what, but it'd be helpful if we had a little information. Without the information, I'm going to go worst case scenario.
There's a lot of misinformation out there, so I don't really blame anybody for being opposed to a project that they're misinformed about. So that's part of our job here tonight.
Keep somebody's hand to the fire. You got to rely on the regulations, you got to rely on the police, you got to rely on them to do what they say they're going to do. I don't think anybody in the neighborhood is really against pot clubs in general.
If anybody has any questions, let's have a healthy discussion, and we're willing to be neighbors and part of the community, and we want to stress that.
We had another couple of pot clubs down the street that we had a lot of problems with, some shootings and some crime, drug dealings outside the pot clubs, a lot of parked cars, a lot of things that went on that we couldn't control, and we were a little worried about that here.
Well, concerned. Nobody wants crime in their neighborhood, but at the same time, there's crimes outside of Walgreens and outside of Popeye's Chicken all the time. When one of those crimes happens, the neighbors don't stand up and say, "This is because Popeye's Chicken." But the minute somebody has an issue in front of a club, everybody stands up and says it's the club's fault.
Yeah. Depends on the crowd it attracts. If it's the same crowd he has at the other place, that's not going to be worth it. Maybe it's a different location, so maybe it wouldn't be quite so bad, but three of them, I don't know. Anything even remotely like the one that was up the street here is unacceptable. Hands down, no. Too many guns, too many thugs, too many people, no, not acceptable.
Gangster activity we cannot curtail, but that's sort of like the tail wagging the dog.
I remember back on Haight Street, before the clubs existed, how many street dealers you had out there. You have the dealers, the buyers, their friends, other criminals committing crimes, and I feel that since these places have opened, I feel personally that I have noticed a drop in a lot of the street dealing.
I've been to the old dispensary, and they're wonderful people, but they did not have the security thing down.
I think that these clubs do a lot for their neighborhood just to prove that they're going to be good neighbors, good business. Not only for their business, but they hire us to take care of the whole neighborhood. And they help fight crime. They actually contract with the San Francisco Patrol Special Police. And businesses get all this extra police services for free, paid for by the clubs.
The place on Valencia that he has cameras, and for everyone's protection outside. I don't know if there's other businesses that have cameras around here, but if other major crimes occur, we have people that we have it on video.
I think we feel like just too many of them already. I think this place had come in as a boxing gym. Everybody thought it was going to be a boxing gym, so it was kind of surprised everybody when it was going to be a boxing gym.
Someone who doesn't have excellent mobility, trying to go down all the way to what used to be the Purple Heart, you have to go past some of these more seedy places in order to get there. We need safe access. If you want to get toilet paper, you're usually only a 2 or 3 block radius from being able to get toilet paper.
If we're going to have people doing this, check them out, check for their records, know who they are, and make sure they're actually doing what we voted for.
In Los Angeles and Colorado and some of the other places, they're all looking to us to see how to handle this situation.
Dispensaries can be run well, and I'm hoping that this dispensary will be one of the exemplars in our city.